Okay, now I'll just follow you and...
Yeah, I don't like to be in the pig shoes.
Well,
so
if you get in accidentally, it's not my fault.
fishing for a large animal. I guess it's a shark.
Shark. There's Elvis.
There's Elvis.
There's Elvis, Norby. There's Arnold's Drive-In from Happy Days. And now these little trains, I think in Neva's hometown they called them jitneys. And they were just short service trains from one little town to the next.
There's a 55 Greenlight Chevy.
There's a 55 Chevy and an old Corvette that the train's going in front of.
It's hard there.
Here comes a train chugging away. Oh, here's the little train from the PBS show. And there's a helicopter. Oh, and there you can see some of our palm trees that are around the zoo called the Living Desert.
This is a wonderful canyon.
Those hills back there are where the long bighorn sheep are. We'll get over there. Oh, this guy stops making noise once in a while. And there's a polar bear that's getting a shower. He's a little out of his area. Oh, here's a big train. The Illinois Central and Gulf. The real train crossing arm that comes down and stops cars. Oh, and there's that Captain Jack Sparrow, I guess. And a bear that's looking over, and a bear that's catching a salmon. This is a place where if you and Manuela ever get over, we'd love to bring you out here. This is just one little part of the zoo called the Living Desert. The rest of it is a lot of the desert type animals and a lot of the desert plants like cactuses, cacti. That tree is called a palo verde, verde being green in Spanish. They have nice yellow flowers at this time of the year. And there's a big, I don't know what they're doing, a mining operation with a cowboy and a gun up near the top. Here you can see more. It looks kind of like ore. It looks a little bit like coal, but I don't know. We're going to keep going around to the other side so that we can show you this whole area. Here's a little ore cart that they used to go down into the mines. These are some of the areas that we're going to be seeing. Bighorn sheep, the Eagle Canyons. There they have a dig that's supposed to be for dinosaurs. They have some fake dinosaur bones and dinosaur eggs in there for the kids to enjoy.
This is where they had the brew at the zoo.
Yeah, Neva liked it when they brought a bunch of local beer companies in and she could see or taste their different beers. Now we're kind of on the back side of the train area, but we're going to keep walking around until we've done a complete loop so you can see all the different parts. There goes a little train up against the mountains. There's a little village back there. Hi, how are you?
Pueblos in Arizona and New Mexico.
Yeah, they're the Indian teepees and some Indian corn. You call it maize. Well, the Indians call it maize, I think with the same spelling. And there's an Indian in his wigwam. And the Pueblo Indians are a lot in this part of the country down into South America. They built these pueblos. A lot of them were into the mountains. And there you can see one of the way their dwellings were alongside the mountain. There's somebody. It's a skier behind a ski boat down there. And this is some real rough looking, desert looking landscape, and you can kind of see the little bridge. It's kind of like the Grand Canyon. I guess this is what that's supposed to be. Here's that real long train. I'm surprised they don't have any Hamburg Süd cars on it.
We do see Hamburg Süd go through the desert near us.
There's some animals coming out of the Mule Canyon School. Big 18-wheeler, Norbert. You can see in the background some real wheels from a real train car. This is an area that's called the Palm Garden, and they have a lot of functions in there, and even I like to just walk in. They actually have some running water back there. A lot of palm trees around this area. And a lot of the date palms, this area supplies like most of the country or the world with dates. And they started in, we think, Algeria in Africa, and they were brought over here. They weren't native, but now they're all over this place. There's a helicopter back here and a little train. That whole area with some cactuses, cacti, Neva and I say cacti. Neva's ringing the bell. She's a bell ringer. And here's some more big long trains.
They're having a special show about the trains this coming Saturday, so they're working today to get ready for that show next Saturday.
There's a little airport back there with a biplane, a few biplanes. Here are real signals from a real train. There's the train yard. And this is the hammer that they use to put in the spikes in the rails. They have signs here that you can pay a little money and get to. There's somebody that had a birthday, and that sign's been up for a while. Oh, Neve. See that? Sponsored by Marley Apple?
Yes.
That's Rob's name.
Oh, okay.
There you can see some big cacti back there. And it's an agave or an aloe. They send up those spikes, and then the plant dies and the spike falls over and puts out new seeds. And there's evidently where a train is fallen off the tracks, and they've got a hoist trying to pull them back up. And this is a little area where you can actually operate the trains, although in this case they're little cars. There you can see back on the hill. Oh, there's the Mount Rushmore with a plane going over it. I think you can see it from here. Oh, and if you can see moving along is a little lizard that we see a lot of them out here, that they just kind of run around the zoo area, the park. Little banjo music, if you can hear it. And here's a place called Mustard's Last Stand. That's a play on words from Custer, the general who got killed in a big fight with the Indians. They call it Custer's Last Stand. Here are a bunch more Indian teepees, the Wigwam Motel, which there really is a Wigwam Motel. There's a shell truck. There's a church way back there with some people getting married. And there's a sports place. Oh, there's that little logging train.
And it's the year of the giraffe. So.
And this is the year of the giraffe, and that's a giraffe coming out of that boxcar. There's a haunted house. And down here, they have an old cowpoke who normally would be out using his rope on cattle, but in this case, he's got his rope on a dinosaur. There's a little car with all kinds of Indians and stuff on them. Buffalo. There's that train again. And here is a logging operation, the wheel that cuts the logs, the trees into boards there, and there's a little truck that's going along. And that's pretty much the 360. We'll try to get this to you, Norb.